Hi guys, today I want to talk about my treatment plan. So the official name for the condition that I have is nodular sclerosing Hodgkins lymphoma stage 2B with mediastinal and cervical lymphadenopathy. That word's quite hard to say. The treatment plan has been designed after we've had all my biopsies, scans, tests, and there's been enough of them, enough blood tests and things, which what they've shown is that Abvd, which is commonly used to treat Hodgkin's lymphoma, is going to be the best course of action for me. We're going to trial this for 2 months, and hopefully this will be enough for the tumours and the cancerous cells in my body to shrink and be killed off. The way they test that is going to be using a PET CT scan. This will hopefully show the masses inside my chest and my neck shrinking, and they probably won't eventually disappear, but they'll just be like dead masses. But all the cancerous cells in the body will not just be killed off, but I should be cured. That's the overall aim of getting cured from Hodgkin's lymphoma. However, if this doesn't go to plan, the chemo doesn't respond well to me, then it could be further Abvd, or we'll be looking at a stronger chemotherapy. If I do respond well to it, then we'll be looking at radiotherapy. So once they're adamant that all the cells through my body are killed, they'll then target the specific tumours using radiotherapy blasts, which I will touch on in more detail when we get closer to the time. Right, so there's 4 drugs which make up Abvd. These drugs are called doxorubicin, vinblastine, bleomycin and dacarbazine. These drugs are done firstly with doxorubicin, which is red in colour. You have it through a syringe which will go straight in through your cannula. This is designed to just kill fast-acting cells, which is why you can get irritation in the mouth and hair loss. It will also make your urine go red in colour. It did for me, so if it does for you, then don't be freaked out. The one after that is vinblastine. This one again takes about 10 minutes, and this is the second drug which can be painful around the site where it's actually put in through the vein, through the cannula. I say can, it didn't for me, I didn't feel anything, but it's one that the nurse has to sit with you during this bit because it can be painful. They said for me it's probably because I'm quite muscular that I didn't feel anything, but that doesn't mean if you're not that you will. It's one of those, she'll sit with you, and if there is any pain she'll do something about it straight away. This drug here, it also lowers your blood cell count, and it will give things like headaches, weight loss, and fatigue. Before you have your next drug, which is called bleomycin, you will have a hydrocortisone injection. What this does is a steroid injection, which is used to help with the lungs, help the lungs function, because the next one can be quite damaging on the lungs. As well as that, it also can give weight loss, scarring around the lungs, as I said, and also this is a major thing which I'm suffering with, is vomiting and nausea. Then you'll go on to a 2-hour and your final drug, which is called Dacarbazine. This one here, it lowers your white blood cell count, which is why you can be very prone to infections, loss of appetite, which I'm definitely feeling, and vomiting and nausea again. These are just some of the side effects associated to these drugs. I haven't gone into a full list of them, but this is just some of the main ones. From here, you're done. You then get to go home, and then for me, I come back in 2 weeks' time. But between each of these drugs, because these drugs can't be directly mixed together, you'll have flushed through the same cannula. You get flushed with salt water solution, which is basically it makes sure that the cannula is still in, so that draws some blood, make sure that everything's still attached, and it will also just flush the drugs through the system before you can have the next one. Right, so on my way to my first chemo session. Barely slept at all last night, I feel really rough. It's probably a combination of the nerves, and I keep getting numbness in my arms, which isn't very nice, like pins and needles. So I'm going to get that checked over with the doctor, as thought that is today. Even took a sleeping pill and still barely slept, but you can catch me in a bit when I'm on my chemo drip. Right, so this is day 1 of my chemotherapy. I'm currently on my 4th and final drug, which is what's up in that green bag up there. I'm nowhere near as optimistic as I was this morning. I'm really starting to feel quite run down, not very well, my head's really hurt, and I can really feel myself just really getting run down. However, I will be in the gym tomorrow. I'm gonna give myself a day off today, which I think I've warranted. Reached the end of my chemotherapy today. Right, so it's been 24 hours since my first chemotherapy session. One of the first things that I had to have was an ultrasound to fit my cannula. Normally a nurse will just put a cannula into your hand. As you say, I've got big thick veins in my hands, but I've got quite tough skin, which means that when they try and actually put the cannula in, it wobbles the veins and they seem to miss every time, and it gets quite painful after a while. The ultrasound fitting the cannula, it is a little bit painful, but once it's in and there is no more pain. A lot of you probably will just have a PICC line fitted, or a Hickman line, whichever one. That's basically a line that's fitted on a more permanent basis, and it's either fitted into the arm or directly into the chest. I can't have this because Hodgkins lymphoma is more related to clots, so it would be taken out, cleaned way too frequently, kind of defeating the whole object of having that fitted. Some of the side effects which I have directly been feeling, the number one has got to be nausea and sickness. Haven't actually been sick yet, but I feel sick all the time, which is not very nice when you try and do anything, and as a result my appetite is just not really there. Still though, I'm just trying to eat as much as I can because I want to maintain as much muscle as I can, and that's then going to just bring on the weight loss further, and it's just literally just going to spiral, and before I know it I'll be a human skeleton, which is not really what I want. Last night, however, this is one thing that is quite important. So I had chest pains. They weren't there when I went to sleep, but I woke up and I could feel pain through my chest towards my heart, and it wasn't severe enough that I thought I had to call an ambulance, but it was painful that I couldn't sleep, and I thought, right, okay, I'll take some morphine, take some codeine, which I did, and I couldn't lie down. I tried to breathe deeply and it would hurt, and I could feel my chest was like closing in. So what I did instead, I sat up, and I had to sleep sat up for a little bit because that relieved some of the pressure. What I would advise all of you to do, and what I was then told the next day, is that I should have sought professional help that night. There's a 24-hour line you can call, and they'll tell you if you need an ambulance, or just call an ambulance in the first place, because it'd be way too common for that to have been too late for somebody. Yes, I would definitely say don't take the risk like I did, and if I experience it against that, I will be calling the 24-hour helpline and maybe even an ambulance. As well as that, just very run down, very tired so far, but apart from that, I'm feeling okay. I was going to try and go to the gym today, but I think I'm just going to have another day off and make sure I'm definitely in there tomorrow. So overall, I hope that's been quite helpful for some of you guys. As I said, if you've got anything else, just hit me up and I'll answer it personally. Thank you.